Hello Super League fans, it's me again here with another manager one-to-one, and this year I bring you not just a student of the game but an absolute legend of the community. I have the man, the myth, the legend, that is Alf Bridge, the manager of Aster Athletic. Good afternoon, sir, how are you?
Afternoon, Steve. Fine, thank you. And you?
Yes, very, very well, thank you. Did you have a nice Christmas?
A quiet one, Steve. Yeah, nothing much happened at all. Few relatives round, 2 or 3, that's all. Due to the COVID, very quiet.
Listen, loads to go through as usual, so thank you very much for your time. Let's just have a look at Aster in some numbers, if I may. Currently sit probably a disappointing 13th in the league. You have suffered 4 defeats in your last 5 games, which has caused some to fire some criticism at you, which I've mentioned in other videos. It's the first time this sort of volume of criticism, in my opinion, has been levelled at you. It kind of reminiscent to me of Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, where when he was successful, no one really said anything, but as soon as that little blip came, all these questions were being asked. You have got Shevchenko, who's got 4 goals this season. I imagine you probably would be hoping for more by this stage. And Rui Costa is in and around the leaderboard on assists with 3. So let's start by talking about the season so far, Alf, and how you think it's going.
It has been disappointing. Rather, it's a miss, but we're still trying to find our best formation and the place to fit in. So it's a little bit of a learning curve this first season for me. So I'm again going to try a new tactic in the next game, hoping we can find the Holy Grail.
I mentioned about Shevchenko getting 4 goals. Were you expecting more from him at this point?
No, not disappointed. He's been playing well. It's just finding the right combination. I probably made a mistake in selling Henry rather. But we'll see how Shearer fares in his place. But yeah, Shevchenko, yeah, he's done fine. Goals will come.
As I mentioned, you've received a fair amount of criticism in recent weeks, mainly because, as I said, 4 defeats in the last 5 games. People have been questioning the warm-up, if you like, how you're testing your team on home saves. People are querying your use of the CM Scout tool. They're questioning whether you're able to replicate what you've done in the past by keeping an older squad as opposed to a blend. What do you say in regard to these criticisms and the people throwing the criticism at you?
They're quite justified. Looking at our league position, no, I've no qualms about that. It's up to me to do something about it, and we will do.
And how is it you hope to turn your form around? Is it a case of new tactics? Is it a case of keep to what you know, but maybe some different players? You know, what's in the mindset at the moment?
Well, we have got 4 new players who could all come in against Huls in the next game. But I'll have to see. But I'm not quite sure the formation to fit him in yet. So I'm still on the home saves. I'm on the home save 496.4 at the moment. So we're getting there.
Last time out, you lost 1-0 to Churchtown. What positives were you able to take from that game, and what areas do you want to try and improve on?
If you look back at the performances in all the games, they've been quite good. I think I've been a little bit unlucky. I've had a couple of sendings offs, I think. I've had goalkeeper poor performances. No, I think we're just a shade unlucky, and I think we're in a little bit of false position there. So hoping to rectify that, Steve.
And next up, as you mentioned, you've got the Huls Vikings, who are just as likely to give out a hiding to somebody as they are to receive one. What are you hoping to see from that game?
Could be a close game. He's found his formation. I think he's had a little bit of a blip, But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. But we're hoping we've got something up our sleeve, I think, for him. Let's put it that way.
You're the master of the mystery man.
Mm-hmm.
And not only have we got the transfer window open, but we're able to mix and match our 24s with our reserves. Are there a few more players you're looking to try in the coming weeks?
Yeah, my 4 new signings, as I mentioned before. Plus, Mike Duff has been added to the squad. There's been a public clamour for me to introduce him, and he could possibly start. So I will give him a go. People say he is good. Never used him. So maybe the next game is one to find out.
You mentioned there about your transfers. Just remind us what they were and why you opted for those deals.
Well, the reason for Liverani, should have kept him really, I suppose, but I've got a lot of defensive midfielders, and I felt I could let him go, maybe bring somebody in from other areas, and then fit me other DMs in his place. I've not quite found the right one yet, unfortunately, but we will do. We've got some good DMs, not the top class ones I've had in the past. I've not got the Vogels and the Tomases. If I had those two, it would make a massive difference, I think. Along with the Klosny, I think that would be one of the top DMs. Well, I haven't got them, so I have to make do with what I've got.
Are there any players in your 24 currently who have disappointed you with their levels of performance?
Scholl is one. I've tried him 3 or 4 times now. He has been injured. Played before he was injured, and I brought him back from injury, and he has been disappointing. Not quite sure whether to play him central midfield or more advanced. So I don't know whether to give another chance or try somebody else. But he has been a disappointment.
What about
central defenders? Yeah.
No, carry on.
Central defenders are difficult because you never seem to get great ratings for them. So it's just a matter of finding. I've got quite a few now. Brought in Materazzi, one of my old favourites, to add a bit of height and strength, because I've been weak in the heading department. So he may start against Hulls as well. Radaby's been brought in, also another tough guy. So these are in for competition, the likes of Southgate and Kean. So they'll all get a chance, Steve. Some managers saying should play the same team week in, week out, but I want to give these players a chance. I've got 38 players, so I want to see what they can do, Steve. Whether it goes through half a season or not, I don't know, but maybe in the second half of the season, I might have found out what they all can do and play a more settled side with a settled formation.
And what about on the other side of the coin? Despite your lowly position, are there any players who have maybe surprised you and played above expectation?
I don't think Klosny's done well. I wouldn't say he surprised me, but he has done well. Had a bit of history in the past. He doesn't seem to like his managers. That's a lot to say, but he always seems to play well, so I'll let him get on with it. He might be a Roy Keane type in my side, a bit of a leader. So, yeah, Klosny's probably my best one.
Let's have a look at some of the teams in the league, if I may, Alf, and ask your opinion on them. So either side of you in the table are Northern Burn, who picked up their first win in the last round of fixtures, and also Dudley Hill, who are in their first season in the Super League. What have you made of those two sides so far?
Northern Burn, he's another one who's been unfortunate, I think, this season. He's not had the best of luck. Played some decent matches and not got much out of them. But I think he might have just found some form. That was a good win last time out. So he might be coming right. I think he will move up. Dudley is a strange one with Dudley. He might need he's got potential, but he probably needs more goals. and I don't know where he's going to get them from at the moment, unless he's got some of his new signings, which I'm not sure about yet.
Just above them is quite an interesting trio of clubs together. You've got the Dragons, you've got Ledisford, and you've got Halls Vikings. Are they sides that you feel will be looking up at the top six, or teams that you're going to look to hunt down in terms of the bottom 7 or 8?
Yeah, not sure about Dragons. I think he's let a lot of goals in. Defensively, he's got some problems, and I'm not sure he's going to sort them out. If he can, he'll be doing okay. He scores goals, but that defensive side of things worries me. But no doubt he's going to work on that. Ledisford. They might have just found the right formation now, Ledisford. So I expect them to do okay. He's got a decent squad, so yes, he could be pushing up there. And the next one, Steve, was?
Halls Vikings.
Well, we'll find out more about them when we play them next time. But yeah, he's another one who's found the right formation. He'll be pretty consistent, I think. He should be up there gunning for the top 6.
2 more teams sit below the dotted line at the moment. We've got Churchtown, who their squad has come under question, but their manager is widely regarded, much like yourself, as someone who knows how to get the job done. And then we've also got Gazelles, who were the pre-season favourites, as I've said in other videos. They're not quite hitting the heights expected yet, but do you expect them both to challenge come the end of the season?
Churchtown, yes. I think he's always up there towards the top 6. So he'll be there. I think he's just had a good grain of form at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Like me, I think he had a difficult start, but he's probably found the players and the formation now that he wants. Kieran's going to be up there, no doubt about it. Was it Gazelles next, was it?
That's right, yeah.
Gazelles. Good squad, but he's lost. Has he lost his last couple of games? Lost his way a little bit. Another one trying to find his best. Maybe a bit like Ian at BTEC. Good players, but doesn't know how to fit them in yet. If it clicks, he'll be okay, but he's having a few problems there. Yeah.
No, sorry, carry on.
No, it's okay. I said he's a few problems fitted in, just like Ian did at BTEC. So maybe once he finds the right blend, he'll be okay. But he's struggling with that at the moment.
We move into the top 6 and the much sought after playoff spots. We've got Sloths there in 6th and Haggis in 5th. Do you think both these sides have what it takes to remain in the top spots?
Sloths. Another side a little bit hit and miss, but they're better than the position suggests as Sloths, I think. So yeah, I do expect them to move a little bit of it. As long as they can find some consistency, I think they will move up. Another good team, another good manager. Haggis. Smashing bloke, Ian. Get on really well with him. But his form was a little bit erratic, and I think he's disturbed about that. But again, Ian's been up there in the top 6 before, so he'll have them thereabouts. And they're good on the day, Haggis. Yeah, it depends on their day. They are erratic, but they could have a big win or two, so they'll be up there as well. Yeah.
We then come to Locomotive Boston, who are the current best performing of the debut managers, if you like. What have you made to Greaves' start to life in the Super League?
Yeah, Greaves has done well. I think he's got a good balance there. He might be looking for a few more goals from looking at the for and against. I don't know he's signed to improve that situation, but you might be looking at, if you can find a couple of goal scorers, he will really move up the table. But yeah, he knows what he's doing, does Greavesy. But I think he will need that goal scorer just to get that extra push.
This is without question the tightest league we've had since both of us have been involved, I think, Alf. And that's shown no better than the top three, who are only separated by goal difference. So we've got Fulchester, Devils, and Bostock Stanley all up there on 20 points, I believe it is. Have you been impressed with all three sides?
Yeah, but I will just say, when you say about the league table, Steve, there's not much in it. And if you look at the goal difference, from myself, 13th, Northern have got a bad goal difference, but they're improving. But if you look at the goal difference between 13th and the top, it's not a lot in it. Not a lot in it either way. So anything could happen, Steve. So things will change. Top teams will lose games because, as we know, goalkeepers can have bad games and that will cost them. That happens to every team. They could have sendings off. That happens to every team. So it's going to be difficult for teams to go on a big run of 5 games like they used to in the past. So looking at Bostock, they've got a well-balanced team, but I think they're a little bit disturbed. They just hit a bad patch themselves, and they want to get back on track with that. If they can, they'll be fine. But I think Scott there will be looking to try and find that next big win. He's just dropped a little bit. He was flying high, but he'll get it right. I'm sure he will. Yourself. Well, what can we say? I've called you a managerial genius to have turned it around for the past 4 or 5 seasons to how you first started in the league. You've got that back again. You've got your mojo back again. You've got yourself a good squad. You've got yourself some tactics which suit the squad. And at the moment, there's no stopping you. Maybe you'll be looking at your defence. Again, I don't know who your signings are, but you might be looking to tighten your defence up. You're scoring goals, but usually the top teams have a quite a tight defence. So maybe, Steve, you might be looking at that. I don't know. What would you say to that?
Well, obviously, I've done my 4 deals for this window. I'm quite happy. You know, at the minute I'm playing Montero and Brown. I think that's been quite solid. I was very happy with a clean sheet last time out. I'm happy that I've got the likes of Kivu playing backup. I've got Novotny playing backup as well. So I'm happy with the defenders I've got. And listen, my teams have never consistently kept clean sheets. The only difference is we do look like we can score goals now, which is making a difference.
Yeah. But I was looking at maybe, say, like Dudley, who conceded the same as yourself, and they're down, 3rd from the bottom. So it's something I was thinking you might want to address, looking at other players. You've got many players in your squad. So maybe you want to try somebody else, I don't know. If you're quite happy, you're happy. So, yeah, but all in all, you're not going to change too much, are you, at the moment? No.
Not at all.
No, so we come to the number 1, is it now?
Yeah, Fulchester.
Now, yeah, Macca, he's done a great job with them, and he's built on a solid defence, and I think that's what you need. I think most of the teams will be in the top 6. I think you'll find they'll have decent defences, and he's built a good defence there. He's building from the back. Probably looking for a few more goals, but if he's got a defence like that, he's going to be fine. Definitely going to be a contender, Macca, not only for the playoffs, but to win the title itself.
One of the questions I've asked every manager that's taken part in these is not to say who's going to win it at this point, because everyone will still back themselves. But can you tell me, as it stands now, who you think will finish in the top 6?
The top 6. Well, I'll put myself in 6th because we're always about there. So I'll put myself in 6th. Addis will be there. Locomotive, Bostock, Swindon. You'll be there yourself. Churchtown. So they'll be around about. They'll be around about the 6th. Yeah, yeah.
What's interesting about that is you said that Fulchester will be contenders to win it, but you don't currently think they'll be in the top 6.
No. I meant them earlier on. I meant there was besides that. There'll be. It's between. They'll be in the top 6 definitely and probably win it. But no, it's between. I don't know, Locomotive, Churchtown. So I'm not quite sure. I couldn't say a top 6 definitely because it's going to be close between the top dozen or so this time. It's not going to be like in previous years. I think you're going to find that when it comes towards game 20 plus, you're going to go right down more or less to the bottom with teams only separated by about half a dozen points. And I remember last season, I was coming right to the end of the playoffs, game 23, something like that. I was 6 points behind. So even then, it's not a lot. So I think this season's going to be very, very competitive. So I can't pin myself down to top 6, but I can say that those there now will still be thereabouts.
Listen, Alf, it's always an absolute pleasure having you on for these conversations. Thanks very much for taking time out of your afternoon. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. But if I don't speak to you before, have a very happy new year, and I'll see you in 2021.
You too, Steve.
Take care, Alf.
Yeah.